Welcome to Motor Rage. The wait is finally over. Toyota just dropped the all-new 2026 RAV4, and let me tell you, this thing is about to flip the compact SUV segment upside down. We're talking a complete reinvention that puts the Honda CR-V, Subaru Forester, and Mazda CX-5 on notice. But here's the kicker that nobody saw coming. Toyota just killed off the traditional gas engine entirely. That's right. The RAV4 is now hybrid only, and honestly, this might be the smartest move Toyota has made in years. Now, before we dive deep into what makes this new RAV4 an absolute game changer, let me set the stage for you. The RAV4 isn't just another SUV, it's the best-selling SUV in the world. We're talking millions of units moved every single year. So when Toyota decides to completely overhaul this cash cow, you better believe they're not messing around. They've taken everything people loved about the outgoing model, fixed everything people complained about, and added features that, frankly, the competition should be worried about. Let's talk about what everyone notices first, the design. And wow, Toyota really went for it this time. The front end is bold, aggressive, and honestly looks like it's ready to transform into an Autobot at any second. That massive square grille might look like it would create a parachute effect. But Toyota's engineers worked some serious aerodynamic magic here. Despite looking like a brick wall, the airflow is actually incredibly efficient, which means better fuel economy and less wind noise at highway speeds. The LED headlights are sleek, linear, and give the RAV4 this piercing stare that says, "Yeah, I'm the alpha SUV around here." But here's where things get really interesting. The dimensions? Almost identical to the previous generation. Toyota didn't try to supersize this thing or shrink it down. They kept the footprint that works, the footprint that fits perfectly in your garage and can still haul your family, your dog, your camping gear, and that impulse purchase from Costco that definitely won't fit, but you're determined to make it work anyway. Now let's get under the hood, because this is where the 2026 RAV4 separates itself from the pack. Gone is the old 2.5-litre four-cylinder gas engine, completely eliminated. In its place, Toyota is offering 3 electrified powertrains, and each one is more impressive than the last. The base hybrid system combines a 2.5-litre gas engine with electric motors to pump out 226 horsepower in the front-wheel drive configuration. And here's something wild. This is the first time ever you can get a RAV4 hybrid with just front-wheel drive. For those of us who don't need all-wheel drive, because, let's be honest, the deepest snow we see is in a Starbucks parking lot, this is going to save you some serious cash. If you want all-wheel drive, and let's face it, most of you probably do, the system bumps up to 236 horsepower. But wait, there's more. The plug-in hybrid variant? Hold on to your seats. 320 horsepower. 320. That's more power than some sports cars from just a few years ago, and we're talking about a family SUV here. This thing will dust a Honda CR-V at every stoplight without breaking a sweat, and you'll be doing it while using a fraction of the gas. Speaking of gas, let's talk efficiency, because this is where the RAV4 is about to embarrass the entire segment. Toyota is claiming up to 64 miles per gallon. 64. That's Prius territory, except you're sitting higher, you've got more cargo space, and you don't have to explain to your buddies why you're driving a Prius. For the plug-in hybrid, the electric-only range has jumped from 42 miles to nearly 50 miles. That means if your daily commute is under 50 miles, you might go weeks without touching a gas pump. The only time you'll visit a gas station is to grab overpriced snacks and wonder why you're paying $7 for a bag of chips. And charging? Toyota heard the complaints about slow charging on the previous plug-in model. The old system had a 6.6 kilowatt onboard charger. The new one? 11 kilowatts. That's almost twice as fast. Plug it in overnight, wake up with a full battery, and start your day running on pure electricity. It's like having your own personal gas station in your garage, except quieter and it doesn't smell like petroleum. Now, let's talk about the transmission, because Toyota made a change here that's going to make reliability nerds lose their minds with excitement. Out goes the old CVT, the continuously variable transmission that some people loved and some people absolutely despised. In comes something Toyota calls the eCVT. Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds like the same thing with an E slapped in front of it for marketing. But it's actually completely different. This new transmission is simpler, more efficient, and even more reliable than the already bulletproof CVT that Toyota has been using for years. Here's the beautiful thing about the eCVT in a hybrid system. There are fewer moving parts to brake. No complex belt system. No friction clutches wearing out. It's essentially a planetary gear set that blends power from the gas engine and electric motors seamlessly. The result? Instant acceleration, smooth power delivery, and a transmission that should last for hundreds of thousands of miles without any issues. If you're planning to keep this RAV4 for 10, 15, or even 20 years, this transmission will probably outlast your will to keep making payments. Let's move inside, because this is where Toyota really needed to step up their game. And step up they did. The old RAV4 interior? Let's be honest, it was functional but boring. The screen was small, the materials felt cheap, and the whole cabin just felt like Toyota mailed it in. Not anymore. The 2026 model gets a massive 12.3-inch touchscreen for the infotainment system, plus a digital gauge cluster that actually looks modern. Finally, Toyota is living in 2026 instead of 2016. But here's what I love. Toyota didn't go full Tesla and eliminate every physical button. There are still actual knobs for the climate control. There's still a volume knob for the radio. You know why? Because trying to adjust the temperature by poking at a screen while you're driving 70 miles per hour on the highway is dangerous and annoying. Toyota gets it. They've found the balance between modern tech and actual usability, and that's something a lot of automakers have completely lost sight of. The materials inside are noticeably upgraded too. Soft touch surfaces where your hands actually touch things, better stitching, more attention to detail. It finally feels like a premium product that justifies the price tag. And speaking of space, the rear seats are more comfortable, the cargo area is still massive, and the overall practicality is exactly what you'd expect from a RAV4. You can fold the seats down and fit a mountain bike without removing the front wheel. You can load up your gear for a weekend camping trip. You can make a Costco run and actually fit everything inside without playing Tetris with your purchases. Safety is another area where Toyota went all in. The Toyota Safety Sense suite comes standard across all trims, and we're talking about every piece of technology you'd want. Adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert. And the system has been upgraded to be even more responsive and less annoying than before. Because let's be real, some of these safety systems on older cars felt like they were trying to parent you while you drive, beeping at you for no reason and slamming on the brakes when a leaf blows across the road. Now, let's talk money, because I know that's what you're really wondering about. In the United States, the base RAV4 hybrid is expected to start around $32,000. That's competitive with the CR-V and actually a pretty solid value considering you're getting a hybrid as standard. The top trim models with all-wheel drive and every feature loaded? You're looking at around $50,000. That's not cheap, but you're getting a vehicle that's going to last forever, costs almost nothing to fuel, and holds its value better than almost anything else on the road. Here's something to consider. Buying a RAV4 has traditionally been one of the smartest financial decisions you can make in the automotive world. These things depreciate slower than a snail on sedatives. 5 years from now, when your neighbor's CR-V is worth half what they paid for it, your RAV4 will still be commanding strong money on the used market. That resale value isn't an accident, it's because people know these things run forever. And speaking of running forever, let's talk reliability for a second. Toyota has been building hybrid powertrains for over 2 decades. The Prius proved that hybrid systems can go 300,000 miles without major issues. The Camry hybrid has been rock-solid reliable. Toyota knows what they're doing with this technology. Meanwhile, some competitors are just now figuring out how to make hybrids that don't have catastrophic failures after the warranty expires. When you buy a Toyota hybrid, you're not being a beta tester. You're buying proven technology that works. Let's address the elephant in the room. Some of you are probably thinking, but I don't want a hybrid. I just want a regular gas engine. I get it. Change is scary. But here's the thing. You won't miss it. The hybrid system is better in every way. It's faster off the line because electric motors deliver instant torque. It's quieter because the gas engine shuts off when you don't need it. It's cheaper to run because you're using less gas, and it requires less maintenance because the brakes last longer thanks to regenerative braking, and there's less wear on the engine because it's not running constantly. Toyota tested this strategy with the Camry. They went hybrid only, people complained for about 5 minutes, and then they drove the new Camry and realized it was actually better. Sales went up, not down. Customer satisfaction improved. The same thing is going to happen with the RAV4. Give it 6 months and people won't even remember that gas-only RAV4s used to exist. So, how does the 2026 RAV4 stack up against the competition? Let's be brutally honest here. The Honda CR-V is a great vehicle. It's comfortable, practical, and reliable. But it feels boring compared to this new RAV4. The Subaru Forester has standard all-wheel drive and a loyal following, but it's down on power and the interior feels a generation behind. The Mazda CX-5 is the driver's choice with sharp handling, but it's smaller inside and Mazda is way behind on electrification. The Hyundai Tucson and Kia Sportage offer more features for the money, but long-term reliability is still a question mark. The RAV4 doesn't have a single fatal flaw. It does everything well. It's quick, efficient, spacious, safe, reliable, and now it finally looks modern and has a nice interior. That's a pretty unbeatable combination. Here's my bottom line. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 is the most complete package in the compact SUV segment, period. Toyota took their time with this redesign, and it shows. They didn't rush it. They didn't chase trends. They built an SUV that's going to dominate sales charts for the next decade, and they built it the Toyota way. Thoughtfully, carefully, and with a focus on what actually matters to real people who drive these vehicles every single day. Whether you're a young professional buying your first new car, a family that needs something practical and reliable, or a retiree who wants something comfortable and easy to live with, the RAV4 checks all the boxes. And with the hybrid system, you're future-proofing your purchase. As gas prices inevitably go up, as emissions regulations get stricter, as the world slowly shifts toward electrification, you'll be sitting pretty in your RAV4, barely visiting gas stations, and watching everyone else scramble to figure out what to do next. So is the 2026 RAV4 worth your hard-earned money? Absolutely. Will it hold its value? Without question. Will it last forever? If you maintain it properly, yes. Should you go test drive one as soon as they hit dealerships? 100% yes. The compact SUV wars just got interesting again, and Toyota just reminded everyone why they're the kings of this segment. The 2026 RAV4 isn't just an update, it's a statement. And that statement is simple. We're not going anywhere.